And we are back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash the notification bell. It is important that you hit the notification bell so you don't miss these live shows. You can interact and have your say as long as you're not disrespectful or causing disruption in the room. Please respect those who are in the room. You enter the room or you will get blocked. Curtis Collier, good evening. Those who are paying a nuisance will be blocked and removed out of the room without warning. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this one. I'm looking forward to doing this one so much because there's a lot of things about this fight. This fight with Yarde versus Kovalovic. It's one of those fights. I call it a fight for the ages. Why, you ask? Because it brings up, it stirs up so many emotions, so many different emotions. Do I feel this way with Wilder versus Fury too? No. Do I feel this way about Joshua versus Ruiz? No. Do I feel this way about Errol Spence versus Crawford? No. Is there any other fight in world boxing at the moment I feel this way about? No. Why? Because of the intangibles, because of the energy behind this fight, because of the things that have been said. This, to me, this fight for me personally, no mind what everyone else thinks, this fight for me is a graduation fight. This is a fight where there are so many logical arguments to say Anthony Yarde is this level. So many logical arguments. Well, you know, he hasn't fought this level, this level, this level, this level, this level. Okay? And I understand that argument. And I like the British, Commonwealth, European, and world. I like all that. But just about to go to bed. Nice one. Now I have something to stay up for. Very interested in this fight and your view. Great. So I'm going to get into it. This fight breaks down so much for me. I'll explain why. What's the difference between a person with a microphone doing interviews for their own fame and their own glory and their own interests, and a person doing interviews because they're interested in the subject and the person that they're interviewing? There's a big difference, and the dynamics are different. With the person doing an interview about themselves, for themselves, they just want to get the video, upload it, and see how many likes they get on YouTube and how much they're going to get paid for it. And that's all fair and good, and that's all great. No problems with that. And then there are those who don't care about the views, who don't really care about how many people watching the video, but really care more about getting something from the soul of that individual, getting something in deep, getting to really know that person, not because they're paid to do the job, not because they have access to the fighter, because that's part of their remit, but because they genuinely like the motivation to leave my yard to go to talk to Tunde. That's maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from me. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm going there to do it because I actually have an interest in this young man and his trainer. That's genuine. And when you're like that, you get to be able to feel, because you're not spending time on yourself now. You're giving a different perspective. You're feeling sometimes what a fighter's feeling. You're smelling what a fighter's smelling. You know, in the gym and the work and the sweat and all that stuff is going through. So you're really trying to immerse yourself in that fighter's world as opposed to staying in your world and sticking a camera in their face. Big difference. And I've always used interviews as a way to get to understand the person, the mindset, the people that I'm dealing with. So I can say and be a decent judge of character and say, well, you know what, this guy's going to say this or this guy's going to do that. That's why if you listen to an interview with myself and Tunde, it almost ends up sounding like two men on a street or in a pub having a conversation as opposed to it being an interview. If you listen to it, Tunde is a lot more relaxing when we talk. I get it. I get where they're coming from. I get their flow. I get their mindset. It's very much a mindset of my own. I don't go around going lions in the camp because that's not my, that's not me. That's not where I'm at. But I get their mindset. Positivity, mindset, focus, visualization. Anthony Joshua and Anthony Yarde, two different mindsets. You've just listened to Anthony Joshua talking about his mindset, where his mindset was about pleasing others and making people happy and entertaining others and not being able to say what he wants to say and do what he wants to do. He's become a cropper, and now he's having to try and now be the guy that's trying to be in control of his career. Anthony Yarde, on the other hand, is a guy that doesn't really care what the fans have got to say. He understands it's about himself first, his family, the people around him that he cares about, that matters. And then he's got a mentor in Tunde Ajayi, who has been around the block a few times and is like a Mr. Miyagi, really speaking wisdom into the young man's mind. And they're from the same parts of the world together. No one, I don't care. This is my breakdown. Has Joe Kazaki seen my breakdown? Now, this is somebody, please. I might have to do it myself, actually. No. Hold on a second. I just don't want to be distracted while I'm doing this tonight. Thank you. I know you're going to try and distract me. Right. So my mindset is very much like this. I mean, Yarde's mindset is very much like this. He's focused 100% on what he has to do. He's going to be more focused on what has to be done. He'll have a mind focus on the job in hand, as opposed to Sergey Kovalev, whose mind is all over the place. Kovalev's mind is all over the place. And we know already Kovalev's mind is weak-minded. Now, there's a lot of things that I will bring into this tonight. We may not necessarily agree with, but you've got to respect. There's so many fake people in boxing. It is unbelievable. Fake people in boxing. When somebody's been injured in boxing, you know, or they die, rest in peace, get well soon, all this stuff. But you're the same people that want to see brains splattered. You want to see violent knockouts. You want to see people fight with their face. You want everybody fight like Gatti and Ward. Same people. But yet you're the same people that want to talk about safety in boxing. But yet when somebody's trying to be safe in boxing, the art of boxing is hit and not get hit. That's the art of boxing. So when the likes of Floyd Mayweather come around, Colonel Whitaker come around, Crawford comes around, Lomachenko comes around, these guys are like hit and not getting hit. There's a problem with it. Lomachenko not so much. But people have agendas. How can you be on one hand be for boxing, but the whole point of a fight is to hit and not get hit, but yet you support guys in fights that can end up being career-ending injuries? You've got a young man in Yarde whose foundation is about defense first, and that will be key against Kovalev on any big puncher in the light heavyweight division because they all can bang. Defense is key. If Dave Allen had that defense, he might not be in the situation he is today after the David Price fight. Anthony Yarde says, look, I'm not interested about getting hit. I'm not interested in getting hit. It's not about me getting hit. It's about me landing my shots, not getting hit, and getting the guy out of there. Which brings me on to the next point. The Travis Reeves fight. A lot of people say, oh, he got hit a lot in the Travis Reeves fight. And I said that Travis Reeves was prepared to get in there and take a chance and try and knock Yarde out. He was coming to fight. And if you look at the Travis Reeves fight, again in phases, Reeves was doing his stuff for a couple of rounds with Yarde. And then suddenly Yarde said, you went back to the corner. And then the next one, he came out and he took care of Travis Reeves. Yarde has got gears. It's clear to see that Yarde has got gears. This Yarde could end up be like Cleverly versus Kovalev. No chance. Sorry, I disagree with you there, Chris, for a number of reasons. Now, I predicted what had happened to Kovalev before he came in with Kovalev Cleverly before, you know, Kovalev even entered the UK. I knew about Kovalev and his punching power. This is pre-Andre Ward. That Kovalev was a legendary puncher. That Kovalev was a danger to any man in the light heavyweight division. That Kovalev, when he's chugging forward. Kovalev on the back foot. Kovalev getting hit back, doesn't like it. Even in the Cleverly fight, he got hit back and he didn't like it when Cleverly hit him back. And Cleverly is a non-puncher. You forget all that, right? But I predicted that Kovalev would stop Cleverly within 3 to 4 rounds because he hit too hard. This fight is very different. This fight won't end up like Nathan Cleverly because Nathan Cleverly threw a lot of punches, a lot of output of punches, but he had no defense himself. He had no defense, Nathan Cleverly. He had fast hands, but he's not a puncher. Cleverly's not a puncher. You've got a guy in Yarde. I tell you now, Chris, I'm not lying to you. If you saw Yarde punch, there are well-known heavyweights that I've seen that do not punch as hard as Anthony Yarde. Single shot. I'm telling you now, this guy hits with phenomenal power. Seriously, like kind of like jaw-breaking power. And there are gears to this guy. I'm seeing gears to this guy. What the thing about me is, I don't understand fight fans. Yarde fights in gears. You look at the Travis Reeves fight, and Reeves was on top of him, and Reeves was landing good shots on Yarde. He didn't look phased. The one thing I noticed about Yarde's mentality is, if you hit him, he's going to hit you back. He's one of them guys that when he's one of those guys, if you hit him, he's going to come and try and hit you back. He's the kind of guy I'll say, all right, okay, yeah, all right, you hit me there. Well, I hold this now. My only concern with all that is that he doesn't miss the boat. He doesn't miss the boat. And in the sense that he's like, Yarde's like, have this and have that and have this and have that. This is world boxing now. And this one shot here, one shot there is great at that level. But as you move up in gear, I still believe that trigger where he draws you with the jab and throws that right hand over top. I still think that right hand's the right hand that's going to cause Kovalev problems. Things I like about Yarde is when he backs up against the ropes. When he's against the ropes, he can fight with his back against the ropes and he can knock you out from his back against the ropes. Defensively, from what I see of Yarde, he's good. When you look at the Travis Reeves fight back again, you're looking at, yeah, Travis Reeves caused Yarde some problems. He did. But Travis Reeves is very unorthodox. He's not like Kovalev, who's a standard traditional boxer, left jab, right hand, left hook. Kovalev is very much, Kovalev is long. Kovalev is effective when he's long. Them big raking right hands when he's long. That's where Kovalev is dangerous. Kovalev at mid-range and up close is ineffective. And if you put Kovalev on the back foot, he's an ineffective fighter. I'm telling you, you push Kovalev onto the back foot, he's an ineffective fighter. That is why Andre Ward got from mid-range to up close against Kovalev. Okay, now, I want you to tell me something, Chris. Here's something for you. Why is it easy, this is not a dig, why is it easy for boxing analysts to tell you what's already out there? Why are people telling me about Terence Crawford now? I could see Terence Crawford being a pound-for-pound champion when he just beaten Prescott. When he beat Prescott, and Prescott was a weight above, and he moved up to beat Prescott and beat Prescott. He was a lightweight, moved up to light welterweight on 48 hours notice, and he went and beat up Prescott and came back down. I said at that point there, this guy's class. That's why I interviewed him. Usyk, this guy's class. Interviewed him. You know, how many guys have gone through the channel that haven't gone on to be champions? And I tell you this, my brother, I tell you this, that there are levels to this game. And Yarde, it's not like, and there's so many guys at British level, so many guys at British level who are not fit to be fighting for world titles that have struggled at British level. Yarde has dismantled everybody that's been put in front of him. The last fight against Reeves brought heat to him, right? For 3 rounds, he brought heat to him. And then what happened? He came out the next round and took Reeves out of there. That's levels. When I used to watch Naseem Hamed box, I could see levels in that boy. He hadn't fought anybody until he fought Steve Robinson. He'd fought a whole load of Mexican road sweepers. When Nigel Benn was knocking over Umbayo, or named as Bob at York Hall, Bethnal Green, yeah? And was banging people out left, right, and centre. Ben had fought nobody at world class. Then he met Michael Watson. And Michael Watson just stood there, stood behind the jab, stood behind him, just blocked him up, and used a jab and knocked Ben out because Ben was an ignorant puncher. So Ben had to go and learn his trade in America. Then when Ben came back, it was something different. Ben went and stopped Iran Barkley. Barkley's the guy that beat Thomas Hearns twice. The great Thomas Hearns, who struggled with Iran Barkley. Right? But styles are what makes fights. I can't understand how people can't see that Kovalev's style is tailor-made for someone like Yarde. He's tailor-made for Yarde. He stands upright. He drops his hand by his side. He runs out of gas. He's vulnerable to body shots. He can't fight backing up. He's vulnerable to right hands over the top. He walks onto straight jabs. This is the same. This is not the Kovalev that fought Andre Ward. Get that out of your heads. That Kovalev is gone. This Kovalev is shot. So you're taking into consideration a shot Kovalev. Nobody tell me Kovalev is at the top of his game at the moment. I don't hear that garbage. And then everybody says to me, well, the Sergey Alvarez rematch. Well, what did Alvarez do? He did nothing. Well, because Kovalev boxed well. Listen to me. Kovalev had about 3 rehabilitation fights. He's not the same fighter. If you're telling me that Sergey Kovalev is the same fighter, you don't know boxing. You don't know boxing, and you're just running with what people are saying. Sergey Kovalev is not the same fighter. If you told me you were going to stick Bivol in the ring with Yarde, I'd say, no, sir, I don't want to see that fight. But Kovalev is different. This is a guy that has been knocked out twice by non-punchers. Andre Ward, as skilled as Andre Ward is, and a lot of you out there don't appreciate Andre Ward and find him boring in his heyday. People talk absolute rubbish and are fake as anything, because when Andre Ward was around, not a lot of people were fans of Andre Ward. They were fans of Sergey Kovalev. And I sat here and I told you what was going to happen to Sergey Kovalev. I told you what he was going to win, and I told you he was going to lose, and I told you why he was going to lose. And what Anthony Yarde lacks in skill set in terms of boxing ability and IQ, in sense of what Ward has, Ward fought the very best Kovalev. Yarde won't fight the very best Kovalev. So we bring it down. Kovalev's been abusing his body before the Ward fight. He's still abusing his body. And then got knocked out again by Alvarez. So his confidence is still shaky. Oh, well, he did well in the rematch. That's fine. When he gets hit on the chin again, Alvarez cannot bang like Yarde. Don't go there. Don't make Alvarez into something that he's not. Alvarez is a good fighter, but he's not a banger like Yarde. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Yarde has the... Listen, Yarde has the power to stop this guy inside a couple of rounds. I'm telling you sort of punching about you're dealing with Yarde. But you all want... He's got game-changing power. I keep telling you this, guys. 100% England. That's the game changer in lifestyle. He's shot to bits. He's shot. Kovalev is shot, right? That's a fact. The man is shot, right? Stop talking about Kovalev that beat Andre Ward. Don't talk about it. But Kovalev has made adjustments. His style against Alvarez was like this for the first fight. Buddy McGirt came in and brought him like that. Fine. That's technical. Great. However, some things, no matter what Buddy McGirt is teaching Kovalev, won't change. Buddy McGirt can't control Kovalev outside the ring. Buddy McGirt can't control how Kovalev takes a punch. Buddy McGirt can't control when Kovalev brings his hands down, and Buddy McGirt can't control what happens with the body shots. All these people that want to knock Anthony Yarde for his defensive skills are full of crap, because you're the same people that when somebody gets injured badly in boxing, you're the first to say, oh, you know, get well soon. Shut up. Shut up. Take that fake stuff and take it out of my sight. I don't want to see it, right? If your appreciation of boxing is hit and not get hit, then this young man Yarde, you should be supporting. You should be supporting him. You're the same people that turn around and say Yarde is a bum because he won't fight the best in the world. He now goes and fights Kovalev. You then turn and say he's not ready for Kovalev. But if he goes and fight Jose Burton, you're all jumping about and saying, who did Jose Burton fight? So he knocks out Jose Burton. Then what does that prove? Oh, yeah, well, then he should fight Boazzi. Who's Boazzi for? Right. So now he's going to fight Sergey Kovalev. He has stepped up. He's taken that challenge. He's done what boxers don't generally do. Yes, there's a danger to it. But aren't you excited? You talk about this sport of boxing and talk about your passion for it. But what gets you up? What makes you passionate about the sport? Seeing two guys punch their heads in? I watch it all the time. But a fight where it brings so many different ideas and thoughts and processes, this stuff this stamina for sale, the techniques that Tunde Ajayi has been working with for so many years, Master Tunde Ajayi. You've got to remember, he went and learned from the very best in the Mayweathers. He learned from them. He studied them, and he's been working with them for years. And while you may not want to pay attention to that, working from the very best, you got to pick something from that. You got to learn something from that. But Tunde Ajayi, listen, people want Yarde to lose because they themselves don't like to see winners. People want to see Yarde lose because they want to be proven right. People want to see Yarde lose with the same people like Gatti and Ward. These people have no appreciation for the world of boxing and sweet science. So when you see Yarde doing what he's doing, very few fighters in the UK box like Yarde. They'd love to box like Yarde. They'd love to do things Yarde's doing. They would love to. But most of them get knocked out when they try and do it. How many guys have we seen at British level go up to world level fighting with their face? They fight with their face and then get knocked out. How many limited boxers have we got in the UK that have been hyped up and then get smashed to bits? You got a young man here who believes himself, who's focused, who's got more focus than the actual former unified heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, I know their pressures are different, but that's from within. That's internal. And I like what this guy is talking about. I like what Yarde is about. There are challenges. He's never fought in Russia before. And the games have begun. We know, some of us know why Yarde is out there. Yarde's motivation to be out there is the same motivation that Riz had out there when he fought Joshua, which is to secure family, his mum, to make sure his family is safe and well. He's been the provider. Yarde has been the provider. So anybody who's out there who's a provider and wants to secure their family and watches Yarde's story can actually resonate with you inside there. Never mind the global ambassador and all that stuff for a second. Let's just look at him going to America, going to Russia, doing what a lot of people in this country would not do. Let's dream the dream. Let's back the young man. But he's got to get it right. He's got to get it right. He wins this fight mid-range to up close. He does not win this fight from long range. Well, the only way he wins this fight from long range is if he makes Kovalev miss with that left jab and comes back to the right hand. But he's going to come back quick with the right hand and left hook. It's not a lion's den. It's not the lion's den. A, Kovalev does not live in Russia anymore. B, when's the last time Kovalev fought in Russia? Here people are like, hope he wins, but in reality, he's going to get knocked out. Why is he getting knocked out? Now, I'm going to challenge you people tonight as to why he's getting knocked out. Let's say all these people like to say he's going to get knocked out. Why is he going to get knocked out? Without repeating the garbage that most of these pundits come out with, who don't know anything about boxing. Why is he going to get knocked out? Well, because there's levels to this game. Okay, there's levels to this game. But what are these levels? What are these levels? What are these levels? Yarde has blown away the level of opposition he's got around him. He's played with them at this level. So what is the level? Let's just say this one night is the best we'll see of Yarde. Let's just say this one night he beats Kovalev. What happens then? Is he considered world-class then, according to you, who says that this has got levels to this game? Does he become world-class? Does he become the number one in the world? I bet he doesn't. I bet he doesn't in your eyes. You're going to then want him to fight Beterbiev and fight Bivol and fight this one. Watch. English, British, Commonwealth, European, world. Yes, those are the levels. But can you see with your eyes what the levels are? Can you see with your eyes? When I saw Crawford, I could see my eyes. This guy is going to beat Ricky Burns. He had not fought a world class, a world champion. I knew he was going to whoop Ricky Burns up and down. I knew he was going to whip Ricky Burns up and down. Usyk had never fought anyone decent as a cruiserweight until he fought that fight against Golaski. But I knew he'd beat him. You can just see certain guys' skill sets. Is he athletic enough? Yes, he's more athletic than Kovalev. Is he as fit as Kovalev? He might be fitter than Kovalev. Hunger and desire. And don't just take it from me. Listen to his trainer. Listen to what John David Jackson says about him. Listen to what John David Jackson said about him. John David Jackson is Kovalev's trainer, who was his trainer for so long. And John David Jackson spoke to Tunde at length about Kovalev. And listen to me. Is it not the same John David Jackson that spoke to Andre Ward? Come on, man. Come on. Guys are not listening. For me, he passes the eye test for me. I looked at Nazim Habib knocking these guys out. He fought nobody. I knew he'd pass the eye test. Look where Hamid is today. I looked at Joe Kazaki. I could see what he had. He passed the eye test for me. Look at the eye test. You've got to back what you see. You either back in your eyes and if you know something, you know something. If you don't, you don't. Like, if I see an apple and I see it's moldy, I can see the mold on the apple. Am I still going to go and say, oh, well, it's mold? But because John and Harry says the apple's okay, I'm going to go and eat it. No, moldy apple. I'm not eating a moldy apple. You've got to back how you see and how you see things, right? So if his trainer and he's on YouTube has basically said how you beat Kovalev, and it's no secret, Kovalev's been knocked out twice. You've seen the man be knocked out by lesser punches. This is what I don't get. If Kovalev had never been knocked out before, and you know he's a fit guy and he was mentally stable, you know what? I get you. I'd say this is a real bad fight for Yarde. But watch. It's okay for Canelo to move up from middleweight to light heavyweight to fight Kovalev, and they believe that he would not only beat Kovalev, he'd knock him out. Canelo supporters, he's done nothing at light heavyweight to suggest that. Nothing. He's done everything at middleweight and light middleweight where he can bully opposition and pick and choose, but he can move from middleweight up to light heavyweight and he can beat Kovalev. Come on, man. Now Canelo would ice Yarde. You just don't know anything. You just don't know your boxing. You really don't. Do you realize you don't have no idea about Yarde? But you know what? It's the same people that are in the room that when I said that Fury was going to beat Klitschko were in there talking all this good stuff, all this stuff. And then when the fight happened, they just disappeared. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep this chat open. I'm going to keep this chat open. Canelo is elite. Yeah, he's elite. Now. But wasn't it the same elite Canelo that goes, beat by Mayweather? So if Canelo's elite, then what is Mayweather? If Canelo's elite, what is Mayweather? Yarde isn't proving past area level. I know who this is. This is the same garbage talker, Ruben Guerrero. What you want to do? Cute. Ward and Alvarez can't punch worth a shit. This is my point. I think Yarde is going to target the body. People say Kovalev's body is made of glass, drinking all that vodka. It is. But never mind that. Look at the 2 times Kovalev's been knocked out. Straight right hands over the top. This comparison is like Mayweather when he fought Pacquiao. Now, hear me a second. When Pacquiao was getting caught by Marquez as a counter puncher, he was keep walking onto the right hand over and over and over again. They said, who's the best counter puncher in world boxing? Who's got the best straight right hand in boxing? Floyd Mayweather. And we know Pacquiao struggled with a straight right hand. It was just logical to me. There was no way Pacquiao was going to win that fight. Absolutely none. Shoulder or no damn shoulder. He weren't going to win the fight. Canelo was 190 pound versus Khan. Light heavy will be no problem. Oh my God. You know, you've got some real shit talkers in the room. Khan was a lightweight. A lightweight that moved up to light welter and moved up to welterweight. He was never a middleweight. Never a middleweight. Oh my God. I can't believe you have, I don't believe you can even sit down and type this stuff. Proper troll. If Yarde wins, how does he fare against the other belt holders at light heavyweight? If Yarde wins, he's got a problem. If Yarde wins, he's got a problem. Because they're young and hungry. Beterbiev is going to have to find a way to put Beterbiev on the back foot. Bivol can fight off the front foot, can fight off the back foot. I believe Bivol's the best light heavyweight in the world. Personally, I believe he's the best light heavyweight in the world. He's number 1 for me. And there's everyone else afterwards. And Bivol has been proven to want to fight the best over and over again in the division. Bivol's number 1 for me. Then there's the rest. Mayweather's elite, and so is Canelo. Well, you can't have them both be elite. One higher than the other. Both can. Oh, I don't know what's been said here. You asked me, answer your question, and you didn't on the debate. Let's see what you're debating about. Let's see what your debate is. Let's see what you say, man. Wait. Tunde's methods are unique. All I see is someone who copied Mayweather's training regime. Nothing unique about it. Right. Now I know that you are absolute shit talker. Stop. So what Ricky Hatton's doing with what's this guy's name again? Just got knocked out. Nathan Gorman. Is that not a copy of what? Have you ever heard of good practice? Have you ever heard of good practice, son? Do you know what good practice is? So everybody drives on the right-hand side of the road is copying one another. Well, all right, son, you go drive on the left-hand side of the road in this country, try left-hand side of the road and see you get yourself into a crash. I've never heard such rubbish spoken in my life. Absolute rubbish. Come on, man. This back your eyes is not a good argument. The ex-trainer told Andre Ward, but Ward is someone who is... Oh, my God. Here's another guy that's just looking to have an argument. Mate, I just... Carry on. Mayweather's elite and so is Canelo. Both can be elite. Just because one is better than the other doesn't make a loser. The loser, not elite. It's good. It's good. There's elite and there's great. Canelo's elite. Mayweather's great. There is a difference. Sorry. I think they're good matchings. If Yarde knocks out Gavotsky, that's an interesting one. Cove is world-class distance control and wicked long-range straight. Listen. World-class distance. Against guy, well, we'll see. We'll see what he can do at the age he is now. Roy Jones was a world-class fighter, distance and time and speed. Okay? There comes an age and there comes a time when old father time catches up with you. And Kovalev doesn't live the life. All I'm saying. Andy Finau is one of the best gym fighters I've ever seen. Interesting. I get you. Keeping Tunde sweet for that post-fight interview I see. Yarde has had 30 Yarde had 30 fighting his life. Kovalev, shake my head. What? It don't even make sense, mate. Big up Ingram. Just tuned in. What do you think of the tricks by the other side? Yeah, that's expected, though. That's to be expected. Expect more tricks to come. And if Tunde didn't see that coming, then silly for him to not see that coming. And, you know, you're going out to Russia, those things are to be expected. So I hope they packed some stuff in their backpacks. And their bags have gone missing. Psychological warfare. Well, yeah, that stuff may count. But if you're mentally that strong, then all it is, you know what? When Kovalev gets in the ring, we'll sort him out. There's some guys that get perturbed by that, and other guys say, all right, just wait. Wait until he gets in the ring. I'm going to bust his ass when he gets inside the ring. And that's the kind of man I think Yarde is. You're making out Kovalev is a chump. Haven't seen him 1%. Oh, God. Let's move on. All right, let's move on. Yarde is a talent. He has confidence. He just needs the right discipline in the fight night. Thank you, Chuck Nithy. Chuck, it's great to see you in the room. I'm backing Yarde, right? A lot of you want back Yarde because he doesn't fit your box. A lot of you won't fit Yarde because you've got agendas. I'm backing Yarde because he's young. He's taking a challenge. He wants to fight one of the best in the world. He's not listening to what you people limit him to being, and he wants to go out and create his own legacy. And for that, I commend the man for. And I think he's got the tool. Has he got the tools to get the job done? Yes, he's got the tools to get the job done. Does he hit hard enough to knock Kovalev out? Yes. Does he have the tools to beat Kovalev? Yes. He needs to possess a good hand. He does possess a great right hand and a good left hook and good body puncher and can fight backing up. Does he throw enough punches? That's the question. Will he be nervous against Kovalev? I don't know. Can he fight to a game plan at the highest level? I don't know. Those things I don't know. But what I do know is he's athletic enough, he's fit enough, he's ambitious enough, he's hungry and he's determined and he's fresh of mind. And when you're fresh of mind, when you're fresh like that, you are a danger because you're fearless and you've got nothing to lose. You've got everything to gain, And you have a mindset and a visual mindset that you're mentally very strong. A mentally strong guy, that's an athlete, that has punching power and has got the tools to get a job done and he's got the will and the heart to want to do that. That makes a very dangerous man. Never mind levels for 1 second. A guy can be world class. Mike Tyson was world class. But the will of James Buster Douglas that night changed everything. Mike Tyson was a world class puncher. Evander Holyfield had a great heart. The will of Holyfield overcame the punching power of Mike Tyson and the brains to go with it. So many fights in history where this guy's a world-class fighter. But a world-class fighter can only be a world-class fighter if you allow him to be a world-class fighter. If you allow his brain and his punching power and his movements to be in rhythm with that which makes him a world-class fighter. But if you nullify what he does, then he just becomes a guy with 2 arms and 2 legs and a chin. You'll understand that. And when you've got a complex style or a style like Yarde's, it's not a style that Kovalev will see every day. Okay? Kovalev Eastern European style is one that doesn't have any secrets to it. And I'm telling you now, you haven't seen the best of Yarde. That's what I feel. So if we haven't seen the best of Yarde, there's 2 or 3 more gears that are there. The gear that he used to come out of Travis Reeve in that 3rd or 4th round, that's the gear he needs to start with Kovalev. And if those are gears that he's going through and he hasn't even been really tested, and that's the gear he's at the moment, when he pushes that gear, he moves up and he can blast people out there. If he's got that sort of punching power where he can just, right, that's it, I'm putting my foot down, I'm getting you out of there. To me, that's world-class punching power, but now he has to prove it in the ring. We'll see how good my eye is. He might go out there, shit his pants, and get completely blown out of there. So, that happens. But if he doesn't, and he stands out there, and he gives Kovalev a fight, and he hits Kovalev on that chin, listen, Kovalev can punch, but his punching power is effective at long distance. Remember I said that. Short, mid-range, and up close, Kovalev is ineffective. So, here we go. Yeah, them racist fans who are making it hostile, Ingram, you know this. I know this. I've boxed in front of racist fans. I know what it's like. But when you get in the ring and the bell goes ding, ding, round 1, them fans don't mean shit. Trust me. When you got a guy that you know is looking to tear your head off, you ain't worried about them fans. You're just worried about getting the job done. Listen, let me take you back to a fight. Alan Minter, Marvin Hagler. Alan Minter said, no black man's beating me for my time. That didn't make a difference. And Marvin Hagler beat the crap out of Alan Minter. Marvin Hagler beat the crap out of Alan Minter. And then the British crowd started throwing bottles. People have got a short memory about how they love Marvin Hagler, Marvelous Hagler. They bottled Hagler out of the ring. They bottled him out of the ring. Remember that. So just because you've got a racist crowd, that might just inspire Yarde to beat the crap out of him more. So it can be counterproductive. Counterproductive. Yarde has never faced anyone like Yarde. I would say Pascal, first fight, is closer to Yarde, and he nailed Kovalev in the first fight with plenty of hard right hands. Kovalev cannot block a jab, and he doesn't block right hands well. Telling you. People forget that even Prime Kovalev was on the floor against Blake Caparella and Darnell Boone. If Kovalev can keep it long and not allow Yarde to keep getting close at the end of, but Kovalev slows down and he tires in fights. At the end of a great jab is going to be a long night for Yarde. No, it's not, because Yarde's got a good jab himself. I can see both way for him to win. I think Yarde will hurt Kovalev and have a chance to take him out. But then I see Kovalev's straight shots breaking him down. Interesting. Yeah, definitely. Don't sleep on Kovalev's uppercut. No, I don't sleep on Kovalev's uppercut. But Kovalev from long range for an uppercut, I'm not sure, Chuck. Up close, Kovalev uppercut is only effective when he's hurt you and then he whips the uppercut in. Never seen him knocking him out for an uppercut from a starting point. From a finishing point, yes, not from a starting point. Yarde will come. Oh no, not you again. If Yarde tucks up and leans too far back, no. Let's go down here. Let's see here. One thing I didn't like about Yarde, I think, was the Nicholas Sokolowski fight. He was getting caught with a few right hands. However, I think he has the tools to make adjustments. Okay, all right. You're talking like a guy's not going to get hit in the ring. He gets hit with right hands. Floyd got hit with right hands. Henry Cooper got caught with left hands. This is boxing. People will get hit. So now I'm not worried about that. I want to know, what was the end result? What happened to Sokolowski, what his name was? What happened to him? Yarde should stalk Kovalev. That's what I think. I'm running. Kovalev isn't great at close anyway. Yeah, Yarde's got to walk Kovalev back to the ropes. Kovalev's like to start very quickly. When you look at Kovalev, Kovalev likes to run across the ring to you. Do you know why? Because that closes range down and allows him to do his work. But Kovalev, for me, has to be shut down. Yarde's got to hit him first round, hit him with a jab, and force him back. The 1-2 is going to be key. 1-2, because Kovalev gets hit with a jab and gets hit with a right hand. Go look at the Alvarez fight. When he gets hit with a jab, Kovalev's head's going back, rocking his head back like that. Imagine him getting rocked back with a left jab, a two-piece, a 1-2. He's there to be hit, Kovalev. This is the most interesting fight of 2019. I think so too. Very disappointed it hasn't got a lot of the coverage. People too busy talking about Saudi Arabia. I agree. People underestimate the power of speaking, believing, and receiving, using the law of attraction. I said this too, with the belief of God, and you'll see that power. Tunde is a smart man. Listen, I'm a man that believes them same things. Nothing I've said that I wanted for my life ain't come to pass. So I believe it. I believe them stuff. That's why I can hold. I can't not back a man like that with the kind of energy they're coming from. Kovalev's not that kind of energy. Kovalev's more of a dark energy for me, and I see Tunde and them use a lot of light energy, a lot of positive energy. So I think it's light and darkness there. Kovalev's in a world of darkness, and drinking and all that sort of stuff. Kovalev lives in another type of world. So it's two different worlds again, two different ideologies coming in together. That is a great fight for so many different reasons. Sorry, I'm late. School starts soon, as I am busy. Boxing royalty in the room. Denise Wards. Yes, a late knows about her boxing. How you doing, Denise? He's sneaky on the inside. Don David Jackson taught him a lot, mate. Don't sleep. Yeah, he did. He didn't teach him anything about his chin, though, Chuck. He didn't teach him how to keep his hand. And he also taught him to have his hands down low by his side. And he was the same John David Jackson that was in the ring that the night he got done by Wardia. And look at the two fights he's been knocked out. When a guy gets knocked out with the same punch back to back, what I mean by big fights. Answer me, Chuck. How comes Kovalev still can't block a straight right hand? And why is it straight right hand that caused him problems twice against Ward and against Alvarez? What's about the shoulder roll of Yarde? If he starts, no, I don't think you're going to see much of that. Ingram secretly hates Kovalev. How can I secretly hate Kovalev? I was the guy who was talking about rating Kovalev off when all you British fans were turning around slating Kovalev off. Don't talk shit on my channel. And you know what? Do me a favor, block this Knuckles guy off my channel, please. Get him off. I've had enough of him. Also, in Yarde's favour, John David Jackson admitted to having a lengthy conversation with Tunde. I guarantee he gave him more than enough. That's what I said. Thank you. Bye-bye, Knuckles. Also, JD admitted the trainer dropped Kovalev in sparring for the second world fight to the body. Yeah, Yarde likes fighting off the ropes, and that's going to be risky against Kovalev. Yeah, but as he backs against the ropes, remember that he can knock a guy out from where he is. I wouldn't advise him stay on the ropes, though. You're right. Yarde makes adjustments, so it doesn't matter. He does make adjustments. Alvarez beat his legs to death, mate. The time is now to beat Kovalev. However, I will give Kovalev his credit. He's mentally strong to have schooled Alvarez, who knocked him out a few months earlier while he was going through a legal case. Yes, but Kovalev don't punch. Ingram, nobody hits hard in life. Hood rat patrol. If Yarde beats Kovalev, he needs full credit. Kovalev's done a clinical job on Alvarez a few months ago, so everyone should get behind Yarde. I believe so too. Did you see the B2 video tonight? Yarde, Bags, yeah, I know, I haven't arrived in the airport. They're already trying to screw him over. Hopefully Yarde can KO Kovalev. Don't think they're going to give it to him with Canelo. No, and I know that. Yarde's going to have to knock him out. Kovalev can give it, but struggles to take it. Thank you very much there. Work great is the undoing. He isn't great up close. Firefight, close firefight. Yarde youth could be too much. If Yarde leans back, it's risky. Cuff can crack him through a shell. He can. That's why he's got the strategy for him to win and to lose. If Yarde wants to win this fight, walk Kovalev back, double up the jab, walk him back to ropes, and unload. When you get up close, hold him with the forearm, whack the body. I believe the referee's key in this fight. The referee's going to try all his best to stop Yarde from working. I'm telling you now. They're going to have point deduction and all this sort of garbage with the referee. So Yarde's going to need to keep his mind on that. But he's got the power to knock Kovalev out in the first couple of rounds. I'm telling you, he's got that type of power. Kovalev can give it, though. That's it. One thing in Yarde's favor, Kovalev's power seems to have lessened. That's my point. I've been saying that. Couldn't drop Alvarez in 2 fights. And also, remember, Kovalev never dropped Igor. Another stopped him via cuts. That's a good point. I'm with you. Up close, forearms, dirty and bombs, no sitting back, long shots, and better than anyone thinks. Yarde already beats Kovalev because Ward finished Kovalev a long time ago. Thank you very much. Somebody's talking some sense in the room. Right. For those of you who think that Yarde's going to get smashed to bits and you believe there's no point in him going to Russia, don't even tune the fight. Don't tune into the fight. Don't watch the fight. Don't watch the fight. But for me, personally speaking, I'm going with the youngster. I'm going with youth. I'm going with adventure. I'm going with punching power. I'm going with Kovalev's track history of that chin, which is a shaky chin, and being knocked out twice already against guys who can't punch. And then Yarde's going to crack him, and it'll be a different story altogether. Kovalev has only been dropped one person in the last 5 fights. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Kovalev's punching power isn't what it used to be. But it might still be enough to give Yarde problems. But I see enough in the young man to overcome what Kovalev's got and to knock him out. If Kovalev, listen, another thing you've got to remember, another reminder to you Kovalev fans, look at how Kovalev responds when he's hurt. When Kovalev is hurt, his brains are scrambled, he doesn't recover. That's what you've got to do versus a guy that when he gets you hurt, takes you out of there. Not good. Kovalev's survivor skills, 2 out of 10. So you talk about him being world class. You talk about him being world class. But there's some things there that are not world class. Application outside the ring is not world class. Preparation for fights, questionable. Learning from mistakes, body shots, age, wear and tear, mental mindset. These things are not world class in Kovalev. And denial. You know, when he got beat by Andre Ward, you won't accept it. On paper, Kovalev should win, but Yarde's athleticism beats Kovalev. Superior boxing skill. Yarde versus Tony. Vodka's weakened Cole's body. There we go. So I'm going with Yarde in this one. I'm going with the young man. I'm going with the young man. Oh, by the way, in regard with Stevenson, he didn't prepare right for that fight. I can tell you now, Stevenson did not prepare for that fight right. He did not have the people in his corner he should have had in his corner, and I'll leave it as that. The guy that does Stevenson fitness, they didn't employ him. They had somebody else in the team. I don't know, guy. It's not my business to reveal that stuff, but I can tell you, Stevenson was not prepared for that fight in the way he should have been. That's all I'm saying. And you can take it from me as gospel on that. Right. I think it's no clear number one at light heavyweight. Everyone at the top 5 can beat each other. They all have power, but all of them have been dropped, except Bivol. I love Bivol. He's my boy. Did he have conflict with the strength and conditioning guy and Sugar Hill? He himself didn't have the conflict. Maybe somebody else was pulling the strings. Even if Yarde wins, haters will just say Kovalev was over the hill and well past it, so he won't get credit. We know that, Lee. We know that. But we know in this room, we know his room's a little different. Yarde can let himself get caught on the back foot because he sometimes gets caught on the back foot. That's right, getting caught on the back foot. He can fight off the back foot. Some guys can't fight on the back foot. Well, Beterbiev is devastating on the front foot. Beterbiev can't fight off the back foot, and he's got no defense off the back foot. So if Goroski can fight off the front foot and the back foot, then fine. So it's what you think, what you like. I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching as always. The arguments and debates will roar on. What's the date today? Monday? Fights on Saturday. So they got, 4 or 5 days ready for the fight? So it's going to be a great fight, I think. And I look forward. I wouldn't be surprised if Yarde stops Kovalev inside the first 4 rounds. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because I have no faith in Kovalev's chin. And I have no faith in his heart. And I've got no faith in his recovery powers. And for those of you who hate Anthony Yarde, just look at the front page of BWTM Sports and you'll see the man himself, Anthony Yarde. Lions in the camp. Lions in the camp. I'm backing Yarde all the way for this fight because I believe youth, speed, power, movement, hunger, desire, determination, vision. He's going to be a difficult man to beat on the night. I just don't think Kovalev in 2019 could do the job. Kovalev pre-Ward, different kettle of fish. So I'm backing Kovalev. I'm backing Yarde for this one. Have a great night. Again, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. And please do leave your comments in the comment section so we can come back afterwards Saturday night and talk about it. I'm out of here. Take care.